Hello, I am Navasha Daya, and you're about to get to know me on the Green Room Sessions.
I am the soul. I am a singer, songwriter, producer, arts curator, festival director, artist, healer, cultural arts activist, holistic wellness practitioner, mentor, a midwife to the soul and spirit. I've also been called and dubbed a foremother of the indie soul movement.
So I started singing very young. My mother told me I told her she was flat when I was 4 years old. I started singing with my family. We sung Sweet Honey the Rock songs. I had my first solo at a Kwanzaa at 10 years old, singing the Zainem freedom song, Crying for Freedom in South Africa, and Stephen Biko and all that. So my foundation is very strong. My dad sung professionally or sings professionally, and I come from a lineage of singers on both sides, blues singers and soul singers, from the church, people who are evangelists and all of that. So I started singing very young and never stopped. So I come from a very musical family. My parents are music lovers. They went to every concert that ever came to in town. They got backstage. I have no idea how they did that. But I remember listening to Stevie Wonder. I'm influenced by everybody I listen to. So Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, definitely. It's kind of crazy how I imitate him. It's like strange that I do that. And Ella Fitzgerald, Minnie Riperton, Anita Baker, and Whitney Houston were very important because I think I was like 8 or 9 when they came out. And I remember imitating their voice because as a vocalist, another way to have a voice lesson is to imitate the voice of the person you're hearing, and that stretches your voice, and that's how I use them to stretch my voice. And let me see, everybody, goodness gracious. But I would say Ella, Sarah, I love Dinah Washington. Her voice is very unique, and we don't talk about her enough, I think, in jazz, or maybe in jazz, but her voice is very unique. And lately, Aretha Franklin, but just, singing with vocalists who I consider masters is very powerful because it lets you know where your voice is and what type of voice you have. So when I taught voice lessons, I would do that with my students. So I think that answers the question. So MSU, Morgan State University, MSU. Such beautiful, beautiful memories. I had a full scholarship to Berklee College of Music, and my teacher at the time, my Dr. Woods, told me I should come to Morgan State University instead. And I remember doing a black college tour and remember the food being really good at Morgan. And at that time, Morgan had the best HBCU choir. Well, I shouldn't say at that time, but I was told by my teacher. And so I chose to go to Morgan State University. And coming here, I didn't have a full scholarship right away because I was a surprise student. I came here on academic scholarship and then got into Morgan State University choir and became a soloist, became a part of the singers, and got a scholarship for music, and ended up being president of the choir under Dr. Nathan Carter, the late great Ibaye. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience to have lifelong friends here, sorority sisters, started, my music career as an adult here with my first CD release as Miss Morgan State University. So Morgan is home. And so being able to come here and just come on campus for different reasons, including homecoming when I can come, is an awesome experience. I mean, these are the formative years as a young adult, and I'm so happy I chose Morgan State. So. One of my favorite shows was back in the day, singing lead with Fertile Ground. We opened for Rochelle Farrell. And she came downstairs and said, "Hey, I know who you are, I know your music, come and sing with me." I'm like, "What?" And so I'm all nervous and I'm like, "Can I sing with your show you have in DC, not in Baltimore?" And so she said, "No, come on girl, sing with me now." So I went on stage with her. She's someone that I studied vocally when I was like 18 years old, coming out of college, and used her song for my audition tape for Berklee College of Music and everything. And so it was such an honor to share the stage with her. And for a vocalist, you really want to be with masters to see where you stand vocally. You want to sing with them, you want them to hear you and give critique, or organically the critique will happen as you sing together. And it was really magical. No one taped it because it was very spontaneous. And I was hanging with Rochelle Farrell. I mean, to me, that's a standard that's very high. It's like being able to be with Ella or Sarah or anybody like that who just mastered their voice. So that was one of my favorite shows. So, interesting story. I went to Cleveland School of the Arts, which is a school in Cleveland, Ohio, or it is a school in Cleveland, Ohio, but at that time it was from 4th to 12th grade. When I was 15 or 16, we went to Japan to perform. I had a solo, I think it was Ray's Rock House by New York Voices, Manhattan Transfer, somebody, and I lost my voice. At that time, I didn't know I was allergic to dairy and dust and all that, so I lost my voice, and someone else had to sing the solo. And I was really disappointed. And my mother told me, do not worry, you'll go back and they will love you. And after that, I've been to Japan now maybe 19 times at this point, maybe 20, in regards to just going there, recording, performing. So Japan has been a very healing space for me. I think I had my first solo show there my second solo show there, or I performed there right before I became solo. But it's just a very beautiful energy, and I love the Pacific Ocean, so Japan has a part of my heart. So, yeah. When Fertile Ground became international, it was a great feeling. One of the songs that I wrote called Peace and Love was picked up overseas by 24/7, which is a record company back in the day. Later, Counterpoint Records put our music out and did a remix album, actually. And to be able to be heard overseas, I think I was in my early 20s, and we started traveling overseas and doing tours in London and then Japan. It was just a very, very beautiful experience to be appreciated. And the ears of the international world are wonderful. And I just give thanks for the continued support of all the other songs that I put out internationally, be it with Fertile Ground or as a solo artist and with other collaborations. I just really give thanks for the support overseas, and I look forward to seeing all of y'all soon. I would die. No, it's fine. So, I do other things besides singing. So I have a holistic wellness practice where I see clients and I counsel couples and things like that. So I do indigenous technology. I practice indigenous technology. I also work in the community, and I'm in service in the community, promoting events and the arts and culture aspect of life. My degree is in music education, so I've taught. Not in this formal setting because I never really had time to stay at one school because I'm touring and performing, but I've done artist in residence, and I would probably do that more heavy, more intensely. But that's pretty much it I can think of. And I love being in nature and the woods and just isolated, and people can come and see me and stuff. So that's why I think I'll end up in my later years with white hair in the woods. But the spiritual side of my life and the spiritual coaching and support is very, very big part of my life as well that I have in my practice. So yeah, I think that's what I would be doing. Future plans. I'm working on my next studio album, which is a tribute album to my cousin, the late great Gil Scott Heron, and I'm working with different artists and doing recreating and reviving some of the songs that I plan to put on the album, and working with a lot of different wonderful artists. I'm really excited about that. I'm also working on collaborations with other producers and DJs, and I am on a production team for a new documentary, new film, and what else? And then I have the 4th annual Cherry Hill Arts and Music Waterfront Festival here in Baltimore, Maryland. That will be July 4th, 2020. Working on things with my organization and just continue to expand and grow. So a lot more going on, but you check out my social media and I'll keep you aware of what's happening. I would like to thank the Audio Infusion team for having me. I'm so happy to be here and share myself with you. I would like to thank all of you family folk who have been supporting me through the years. I mean, it's been almost 20 years. It has been 20 years. Lord have mercy, what a time has gone. And I just want to thank you for the support you've given me through all of my many incarnations as an artist. And I would like to thank my family, my husband, and just all of you. I'm just really thankful. I just try to be very thankful in my life. So thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hi, this is DJ Wish with the Audio Infusion. And if you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button below so you can find out when we have new videos.